Beta. Sometimes life doesn't hurt us loudly. It hurts us slowly, silently, every single day. I wake up every morning before the sun rises. Not because I have energy, but because sleep refuses to stay with me. I stand in the kitchen, holding my cup of coffee, looking outside the window, watching people rush to their lives. While I feel like my life stopped somewhere long ago. I had dreams too. Big dreams. A happy family, peaceful evenings, laughter in the house. But life had other plans. I gave my youth to responsibilities. I gave my smile to others. I gave my silence to my pain. And now, when I finally want someone to ask me, "Auntie, are you okay?" there is no one. People think strong women don't cry. But they don't see the nights. They don't hear the quiet sobbing. When the lights are off, and the world is asleep. I raised everyone. I supported everyone. I stayed silent so others could speak. And today, I am surrounded by people, yet completely alone. Sometimes I talk to myself. Sometimes I talk to God. Sometimes, I talk to these walls. Because walls don't judge. Walls don't interrupt. Walls don't leave. I remember the days when my phone used to ring. Now it just lies there, silent. No missed calls. No messages. Just time passing by. Beta, if you are listening to me today, please remember one thing. Not everyone who smiles is happy. Not everyone who stays quiet is strong. And not every auntie you see is fine. Some of us are just surviving, breathing and not living. I don't want sympathy. I don't want pity. I just want to be heard. Just once. If you still have your parents, call them. Sit with them. Listen to their stories, even if you've heard them before. Because one day, those stories will be all you have left. Life is strange, Beta. It teaches you lessons when it's already too late to fix things. But if my voice reaches even one heart today, then maybe my pain wasn't useless. This is your auntie, speaking from a heart that still hopes someone is listening. Beta. After I spoke my heart last time, I thought maybe I would feel lighter. But pain doesn't leave that easily. It sits quietly, like an old guest, who knows you are too tired to ask it to go. Today I cleaned the house slowly. Not because it was dirty, but because my mind needed distraction. Every corner reminded me of someone. Every small thing carried a memory. A memory of laughter. A memory of arguments. A memory of promises that were never kept. People say, time heals everything. No, Beta. Time doesn't heal. It only teaches you how to live with the wound. I used to wait for appreciation. A simple thank you. For all the sacrifices. But waiting turned into a habit. And habit turned into disappointment. So I stopped expecting. Because expectations hurt more than loneliness. Sometimes I sit and think, what if I had chosen myself? What if I had said no more often? What if I had lived for my happiness? But life doesn't give rewind buttons. It only gives lessons, written with tears. I see young people today, running behind money, status, likes, followers. And I want to tell them, slow down. Success feels empty when you have no one to sit with at night. And share silence. Beta, don't ignore people who stood with you when you had nothing. Don't forget voices that prayed for you when you were lost. Because when life becomes quiet, those are the voices you miss the most. I am not angry anymore. I am just tired. Tired of explaining my feelings. Tired of being strong. If you are listening and feeling emotional, know this. You are not weak. You are human. And if no one has told you today, I am proud of you for surviving another day. This is your auntie again. Still standing. Still breathing. Still hoping that somewhere someone understands. Beta. Last night, I couldn't sleep again. The house was silent, but my thoughts were loud. Memories don't knock before entering. They just sit beside you and remind you of everything you tried to forget. I walked to the mirror and looked at myself for a long time. The face staring back at me was familiar, yet different. These lines on my face, they are not from age. They are from patience, from waiting, from holding back tears. so others wouldn't feel uncomfortable. I remembered the woman I used to be. She laughed freely. She trusted easily. She believed love would always stay. Life slowly taught me otherwise. People don't change suddenly, Beta. They change when they get what they needed from you. And once you are no longer useful, your value becomes invisible. I don't blame anyone anymore. Blame needs energy, and I have learned to save mine. Some days I feel strong. Some days I feel completely broken, and both feelings are okay. Strength is not about never falling. It is about getting up, even when no one claps for you. I started doing small things for myself. Drinking tea without rushing. Listening to old songs. Sitting quietly with my thoughts, without judging them. Healing doesn't come with noise. It comes softly, like a whisper saying, "You did your best." Beta, if life has made you cold, please don't feel guilty. Sometimes becoming distant is the only way to survive. But don't close your heart completely. Leave a small window open. For kindness. For hope. For yourself. I still believe. Not everyone leaves. Not every promise breaks. Not every story ends in pain. Maybe the next chapter is written differently. And maybe, this time, I will choose peace over pleasing others. If my voice reaches you tonight, let it remind you. You don't have to be perfect. You just have to keep going. This is your auntie. No longer waiting for permission to heal. No longer afraid of being alone. But still believing that tomorrow can be kinder. Beta. This morning felt a little different. Nothing changed outside. Same walls. Same quiet house. Same old clock ticking. But something inside me shifted. For the first time in years. I didn't wake up with heaviness. I woke up with acceptance. I finally understood something, Beta. Closure doesn't always come from people. Sometimes, it comes from within. I stopped waiting for apologies. That may never come. I stopped expecting people to understand my pain when they never tried to see it. And strangely, that's when peace arrived. I went outside for a short walk. The sky was open. The air felt honest. No demands. No questions. I realized how long I had lived inside other people's expectations. Trying to be good. Trying to be right. Trying to be enough. But no matter how much you give, some people will always want more. And when you finally have nothing left, they will call you selfish. So I chose myself today. Not loudly. Not proudly. But quietly and firmly. Beta, choosing yourself is not abandoning others. It is saving yourself from disappearing. I looked at my hands. These hands built lives. These hands wiped tears. These hands prayed in silence. And now, these hands deserve rest. I am not bitter. I am not angry. I am awake. Awake to the truth that peace is more important than approval. If you are listening and struggling with guilt for putting yourself first, please don't. Even God wants you to care for the soul He gave you. Life didn't end when people walked away. It simply made space for something calmer, something real. This chapter is not about pain anymore. It's about dignity. It's about self-respect. It's about quiet strength. This is your auntie. Still learning. Still healing. But no longer lost. And if tomorrow brings nothing else, it will still bring me. Stronger than yesterday.